Hello and welcome everyone. I am Akash Chandrabera, an alumni of IISER Kolkata. So this video is going to be a message for all the IISER aptitude test students out there, the aspirants. It's basically a message from an older alumni of IISER Kolkata about how I feel about different things going on around the internet about IISERs. Now, to begin with, I would like to clarify that in my personal opinion, IISERs are no alternative to any exam out there. And hear me out on this one. So I joined IISER back in 2019. And back then, most of us who took admissions in IISERs were real nerds who were really there to do research. Basically, get into all the nerdy kind of stuff, be it physics, mathematics, tech, and so on. So let it be a refuge for the nerds. I see this happening nowadays that a lot of people who are not that much into research getting into IISERs, and then they get to regret getting into IISERs. And this not just damages the students, but also disrupts the environment that really is really helpful for students and is really conducive to research at IISERs. So let me give you an example of what's happening to IISERs by sharing what happens to an institute when the wrong kind of crowd starts getting into the institute. So we were once given a lecture by an old alumni of IIT Kanpur, who told us that back then in the early 70s, the crowd at IIT Kanpur was really made of nerds who were really there and really passionate about all the engineering stuff that we were doing. And these were the people who basically built the brand of IIT Kanpur back then. And then again, when he visited IIT Kanpur campus recently, he was shocked to see people not really being passionate about what they're doing. And he really said that this really impacted the culture. And this can also be seen in the kind of output that the institutes are producing. And as an alumni of IISER Kolkata who was there pre-COVID, I would like to see IISERs be a refuge for nerds rather than becoming something, an alternative to something or something what they are not designed to be. So my advice to all the aspirants, in my personal opinion, is if you're preparing for IISERs as an alternative to something, please don't take admission into the IISERs. You will be disappointed and you will also be upsetting the culture set up there. Now, coming to the second point, which is the most asked question that I keep getting in the comment section all the time. What percentage of people from IISER Kolkata actually end up getting a PhD position abroad, or how many percent of people go for a PhD? So this is something that I realize now it varied significantly from our batch onto the next, because we were the last pre-COVID batch. And in pre-COVID batches, it was usually around 80% of people. It was actually like really high, considering how young IISERs are and the batch sizes. But given the current geopolitical situation and the things that happened after COVID, there has been some changes with people graduating after or on 2025. So yeah, this thing keeps varying because the geopolitical situation also impacts the visa situation and also how good the fundings are in Western countries. So yeah, do consider the stats. I mean, they vary. These are just like the placement stats in IIT, so it keeps changing every season. But yeah, in pre-COVID batches, it was definitely around 80% of people going for a PhD, either abroad or a really good institution in India. So that was my observation, but this might change thanks to the current geopolitical situation. We keep getting queries from our juniors that they are finding it difficult to apply for positions, but thanks to the alumni base, we are currently helping them out. So for IISER Kolkata, yeah, the situation is still not as bad thanks to the alumni network, I would say. But I can't say if such things also apply for other IISERs. So be warned. Now, coming to my third point, and it is the mindset of Indian students usually that they go to a certain institute and they certainly will become something, which is this like tunnel mindset that you go either do something and you get to a college and then you suddenly are set. Well, this is not how life works. You, especially in IISERs, you join IISERs and then you need to work yourself up. I really mean it. And you have to fight for everything you have to basically get yourself. So most internships are obtained through cold mails. Most PhD positions or postdoc positions even are obtained through cold mails. Yes, alumni positions and professorial contacts help, but most of the times it's up to you and your own initiative to get things done. So this is something that you must have if you're planning to join IISERs, is having the will to initiate things on your own. Because if you sit there and think that, okay, I just joined IISERs and somehow I will become something, no, that's not going to happen. You have to work on it yourself. You have to take your own initiative and uplift yourself. So be warned, just joining IISERs, thinking that you join IISERs and automatically or through time you will just become something without any own initiative. No, that's not going to happen. So you have to take your own initiative. Now, coming to the very last point, which is what is my outlook on getting into academia and research in general, given AI and the current geopolitical situations. Well, I would say, having talked with a lot of my colleagues who are actually working on AI research here in Germany and lab automation and stuff, I would say research and R&D are still like the best of the sectors to be in given the AI revolution. And this is just because researchers have this ability to basically connect dots, which is something that AI just cannot do. Well, the current the transformer models of AI that are being used, they are just incapable of doing this. It can process hard logic, but it can't be creative. And this is what I mean by doing research. Research is basically a creative work. It's probably not what people think of it when they think of research, but it's really about connecting the dots and being creative. And this is something that AI just struggles with. Another thing that you learn as a researcher is basically being flexible and working across a wide set of equipments and a wide set of expertise and connecting them together to do your work. And this is something that would be, I guess, really helpful in the future, because this skills that you get. So in IISERs, unlike other places, you really have to develop the skills to be a researcher. And this is I think a really unique advantage of being at IISERs, or just in general being a researcher. So yeah, I'm really optimistic given AI revolution and so on. In fact, like most of my friends and most of my colleagues are using AI already, and unlike rather than replacing humans, AI is actually assisting the research and making it faster. And coming to geopolitical situations, well, these keep changing every now and then, but as IISER Kolkata alumnus, we are definitely helping out our juniors. So yeah, that's there, and this is something that nobody can say anything about, and I mean nobody can predict the future. So yeah, that's I think about it. And thanks for hearing me out. And as always, these are my personal opinions, and I wish you all the best.